Shalom. I would like to start by giving all praise, honor, and glory that is due unto you, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kwadash. I would also like to give double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for passing down this truth. And I would also like to send a sincere salutation out there to the elect. Now, this is just a lesson in the spirit. Lord's will is edifying. I was meditating, on the plantation. And, you have to question yourself sometime, are you doing enough in the faith? Are you being a servant of the Lord? So that inspired me to do a lesson. Because, actually, let's kick it off with 2 Corinthians 13 and 5 real quick. This is 2 Corinthians. Let me read in the NLT. This is 2 Corinthians 13 and 5 in the NLT. Examine yourselves to see if your faith is genuine. Test yourselves. Surely you know that Yahweh Shai is among you. If not, you have failed the test of genuine faith. You see, that's why, it's important to examine yourself, during your walk in the ministry, because you want to be worthy at the end of the day so you can be saved out of America, because this place is going to be destroyed. So you have to be doing your best to serve Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. We're servants for the Lord at the end of the day. And if you're a servant of the Lord, you got some benefits coming to you in the end. Lord's will if you're of the elect. So I just want to go into some scriptures and, break them down, get that understanding in them. But first, I want to kick it off with the definition. Let's go into the word servant. Let's go straight to the Webster. Definition for servant: one that performs duties about the person or home of a master or personal employer. And our master is Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Our duty as men is to go out and preach, the word on the highways and the byways and in these epistles, through the YouTube and through the internet. That's our duty. So let's go to Matthew 25. We'll start at the top. Back to the King James. This is Matthew 25, the first verse. It says, "Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom." And the bridegroom being Yahweh Shai. "And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them." The oil being, the spirit, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It says, "But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps." In the scriptures, it speaks in parables. It says, "But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves." You see, the other 5 virgins, they knew that they was going to meet the bridegroom, but they put it off. They wasn't prepared. But the other five, the wise virgins, they was prepared. They knew what they were involved in. It says, but the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there be not enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. You see, you got to stay ready so you don't got to get ready. The elder apostle Aramlab did a lesson on that. I believe that was today. You got to stay ready so you don't got to get ready, because you don't know when the Lord is going to make his return. Well, when the Son of the Most High is going to make his return. Actually, let's go to real quick. Where was I at? Yeah, we'll come back to this. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. We'll start at the top real quick. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. You see, the 10 virgins, they were sleeping. And then suddenly the bridegroom appeared. And the 5 wise virgins, they was ready. But the 5 foolish virgins, they weren't ready. It says, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye brethren are not in darkness, that the day should overtake you as a thief. You see, we're not in darkness. We got the understanding, of what Yahushua is coming to do when he makes his return. You see, we got the oil. We trimmed our lamps. We could see. We're not in the darkness like these Babylonians out here. They have no idea what's about to happen to America. That's the point on that. Let's go back to Matthew 25 and 14. It says the parable of the talents. It says, for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received his 5 talents, now let's go into that word talents real quick. Talents, the Greek, the scale of a balance, a pair of scales, the which is weighed a talent, a weighed at very different places in time, the sum of money weighing a talent. Yeah, so a talent is like money. That would be money. It says, and unto one he gave 5 talents, and to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. So he gained 5 more talents on top of the 5 that he was given. And likewise he that had received 2, he also gained other 2. But he that had received 1 went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. After a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. His Lord said unto him, Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of the world. You see? Because the Lord, he gave him 5 talents, let's say 5 pieces of silver. And when the Lord was gone all this time, when he finally came back and he wanted, to see a return on his investment, you could say, the prophet delivered. So therefore he was like, okay, since she was able to do well with this 5 I give you 5 more. I mean, since you was able to do well with the 5 I've given you, the little I have given you, now I'm gonna give you a lot. And that's the spirit that we're in. It says, he also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. His Lord said unto him, Well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man. You see, look, he already copied a plea. He know he ain't do right. It says, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent in the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own with usury. You see, the Lord, he wants, interest. He gave you the money to do something with it, not just sit on it. You didn't do anything with the money. You just sat on it. Says there that take therefore the talents from him and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. And cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So if you in the faith, or you understand the scriptures, you understand like the teachings, you have the ability to go out there and prophesy. You know the scriptures. You have the ability to do lessons, but you just not, you just being a cheerleader, as the apostles would say. You're not gonna make it, because you're just being lazy. You don't want to actually go out there and do the work. You don't want to go out there on the highways and the byways in the heat and the cold. You don't want to do lessons at all. That's not the right spirit to be in. You know what? Let's go to oh yeah, let me read this one more. Let's just stop at 31. It says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. Now let's go to Zephaniah 1:12 real quick. Salakia. Let's go to Zephaniah 1:12. It says, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Lord Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil. You see, the ones that's just not doing nothing. Let's go into that word lees. in the Hebrew, lees.
Strong's H 8105. Shemer. Shemer.
Shemer. Lees. Dregs. I'm sure there's more than that. Lees, the sediment of a liquor such as wine during fermentation and aging. Let's go into dregs. Sediment contained in a liquid or precipitated from it, usually used in plural. Says the most undesirable part, usually used in plural. The last remaining. Yeah, so lees, like dregs, it's like for example, you ever have like a drink or you buy a drink out of a store and you see all the pulp or whatever is settled at the bottom of the bottle because it was just sitting there. So before you drink it, on the bottle it'll tell you shake, for best taste. That's what lees is and dregs. That stuff that's just sitting on the bottom of the bottle because it hasn't been moved or hasn't been touched. You got to shake it to get the the taste, the best taste from it. So it can be all throughout the bottle and not just sitting at the bottom. You see? Now let's go to Luke chapter 12. And 35. The header says, be in readiness. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 35. Let your loins be girded about, and your lights burning. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for the Lord, wait for their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching. Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants. And this know that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched, and not have suffered his house to be broken through. But ye therefore ready also, for the Son of Man cometh at an hour when ye think not. You see, you gotta always be on your 10 toes. You never know when the Lord is coming to make his return. We have an idea using, prophecy to gauge everything, but we don't know for sure. So that's why you always gotta be on point. It says, then Peter said unto him, Lord, speakest thou this parable unto us, or even to all? And the Lord said, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make rule over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season? Now let's go into that word steward. Steward in the Greek.
Strong's G 3623. Oikonomos. Oikonomos.
Oikonomos. The manager of household or of household affairs. Steward, manager, superintendent. Yeah. Whether free, born, or as was usually the case, a freedman or a slave. Yeah, it's pretty much a servant, Where was I at? Okay, this is Luke 12 and 43 now. It says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. See? So when the Lord comes back, and the people that's just settled on their lees, not doing anything, they're going to be destroyed here in Babylon the Great with the rest of the unbelievers. But the ones that he finds, constantly meditating in the faith and doing their part, they'll be beamed up into the chariots to destroy, the thermonuclear fire. Now, let's continue on. This is some more on this. It says this is the Luke 12 and 44. It says, of a truth I say unto you, that he will make him ruler over all that he hath. But and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the men servant and maidens, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in sunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers. And that servant which knew his Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. You see, you knew that the Lord was coming, but you put off the day, you lost patience, you lost the oil, and now you're just going to be beaten with many stripes because you knew better. It says, but he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. See, that's mercy, It's because you don't know what you don't know. So if the people that do know and you still turned your back and just put it off, now you're just going to get it even worse. It says, for unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. You see, when he gave the talents to the three men, he gave one 5, he gave another 2, and he gave one 1. The one he gave 5, he made 5 more. So he was blessed in abundance. And the one that made 2, he was blessed in abundance, blessed with his measure. And the one that had 1 and did nothing with it, he got nothing. It says, for unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required. And to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more. You see? Let's go to Matthew 24 real quick. 24 to 44th verse. It's pretty much saying the same thing again. That's what the Bible does. It's like it's a puzzle. You got to piece it up. This is Matthew 24 and 44. It says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. Who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household, to give them meat in due season? You see, whom read that again, whom his Lord hath made ruler over his household. See, a steward. It says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Doing the work. It says, verily I say unto you, that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. And if that evil servant shall say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to smite his fellow servants, and to eat and drink with the drunken, the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware. You see, He was delaying the Lord's coming. He was just putting it off. You know, that also goes to show the measurement of faith that servant had. It says the Lord of that servant shall come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour that he is not aware of, and shall cut him asunder, and appoint him his portion with the hypocrites. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Okay, now let's go to Isaiah 65. Let's start at 9. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 9. It says, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. And and Sharon shall be a fold of flocks, and the valley of Achor a place for the herds to lie down in for my people that have sought me. But ye are they that forsake the Lord Yahweh, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, beloved my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord Yahweh shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name, that he who blesseth himself in the earth shall bless himself in the power of truth. And he that sweareth in the earth shall swear by the power of truth, because the former troubles are forgotten, and because they are hid from mine eyes. You see that this is the blessings, this is the covering that the servants will have in that day, in the days to come. You know, think of how terrible things are gonna get before Yahweh Shai makes his coming. But his servants, it says, behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart. So think of the spirit that his servants are gonna be in when the whole world, like Babylon, America is just in shambles. There's gonna be lawlessness. You know, you're gonna have, FEMA troops all over the place. You know, it's gonna look like a movie out here. It's gonna be so terrible. But his servants are gonna be protected. So much so they're gonna be singing in joy. You know, the people of Babylon, they're gonna see a servant of the Most High and just be looking at him like, well, like, what's going on with him? Like, how is he, like, look at his spirit, like, look at his countenance, like, why is he so happy in the times that we're living in? But that's because they don't know. We're servants of the Most High. And when I say, we're servants, Lord will, I don't want to sound presumptuous. But, that's the goal at the end of the day, we need a hedge of protection over us because we're not going to be able to do it on our own. We're going to need the Most High and his son, to step in and intervene for us and just have a hedge of protection around us. Especially when the missiles come, we need to be beamed up out of here. That's the only way we're going to make it. That's the goal at the end of the day. So I'll end it right there. Lord's will, this lesson was edifying. Till the next time, shalom.